I think it's.
No, man, it's just an off year. So, you know.
I seriously think that seasons have been shifting, like just a little bit later, a little bit later, a little bit later.
I guess, but, you know, like I remember, I looked it up not too long ago because I can't remember who I was talking to. Somebody at the bar. They were like, oh, it's, you know, it didn't ever used to be like this, blah, blah, blah. But then if you actually go and look at some of the records, it's like 1950s, it didn't fucking snow at all for like a decade or something. You know, it's back there somewhere. Huh. Yeah. And so, and then like, you know, when we were growing up in the 80s was actually a particularly wet, like, decade. And so, because I remember having, like, snow up to your face.
Yeah. But I didn't know if that was just because we were tiny.
It might have been that.
There's a combination of two things. Well, do you remember one year at Rudy when they basically plowed the yard and there was this mountain of snow on the fifth grade side? Yeah, against the fifth grade side.
We turned it all into slides.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It hasn't been like that in a while, but yeah.
It's happened. But, you know, it's just not... Like, I don't know. As a kid, I remember that happened like 5-6 times a winter.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And now it's like, no. But even then, like, even like 2-3 years ago, I can't remember which one it was. We actually had more snow days at the college than we'd had in like a decade.
Was that the year we had the bomb cyclone?
Might have been. Yeah, it was just a couple years ago.
The bomb cyclone.
What's a bomb cyclone?
It's a particularly nasty storm. It's just a really deep depression. So
it was when the two storms came together.
Mm-hmm.
And Woodman turned into a graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
When? How long ago was that?
It was only a couple years ago.
It was like 3 years ago, something like that. Because I was still working in the oil rig. And I went up.
Yeah.
So I had to take Kelly to have her throat expanded. And, like, her appointment was that day. And, like, I was, like, weaving through just abandoned car after abandoned car.
On Woodman?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember it was a long time ago, because this was when we were over at that other house down there. But that was when South Carefree made CNN, because nobody could make it up it. Yeah.
That was
like 3 blocks.
Where?
It was like 3 blocks from my house.
Well, Rio Vista.
Yeah. Well, it was South Carefree.
Yeah, over there.
It was the hill at South Carefree. They couldn't make it up.
Huh.
So they're trying to go from the west side to the east side. Nobody could make it up. So everybody get about halfway up, and even if you had like this monster truck with, you know, freaking tires that, you know, should rip the very earth from the ground, you know, kind of thing.
Dude, that clip was famous. That was that was all over the news, everywhere.
Well, they'd show that about like Atlanta, and they'd get just like a breath of ice on the street.
So yeah, everybody's like, yeah. So every last car is gonna hit every guardrail.
None of them were designed for anything remotely snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's some guy in Atlanta from here sweating like crazy because of the world that he lives in, who is prepared for that, and he's just like,
no problem, man. If you
and then
drop me in a
everybody's
place
like, "Oh,
that-
this is easy," and then they're like,
If you dropped me in a place like that and I knew what I was, I'd be fucking terrified just because everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, oh, this is where
yeah,
we pull over and just, you know, call in sick.
get a place for the night.
Yeah. Like, you're from Colorado? Yeah, that's not the problem.
"I don't know
Because the
where
rest of you guys aren't.
everybody
Yeah.
car is
Yeah.
going."
Now that doesn't excuse the fact that when there is a significant snow, we do have a certain percentage of drivers here who drive like total psychopaths.
Oh, yeah. That's normal. So
It is.
Are we?
yeah, we're on. Yeah, 3:45, 4 minutes. We made it 4 minutes without an introduction. So, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, what are we doing?
We're doing coffee before bed.
Okay. And we were just complaining about the lack of snow.
Yep. I'm gonna write that down.
It's never gonna happen. I don't know.
It'll happen, man. So it always does.
We live near the mountains. It's
We're
gonna
living in the
happen.
mountains. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
I could break out the weather data and show the patterns over time. It'll happen.
Not for the next 10 days.
No, not before Christmas.
Although I'm not going to fight with you. It really doesn't hurt my feelings all that much if we don't get snow here. I mean, it was getting on the mountains now, wasn't it?
I don't
I
know.
have no idea.
There was a little bit up there like last week, but I think it's all gone now. It's all cooked off. So I know at the ski slopes they're manufacturing most of it right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
This is late into the season for them. For
it kind of is. Yeah. So shit, my brother's still playing golf. You know. Yeah.
it's 70 or
Yeah.
almost.
It was
70.
70 yesterday.
Well,
It was
yeah,
down
it was-
way
it was
low
like
the other day. It was like
66,
80.
Yeah.
So I was like, is it December? Oh, it is. Cool. Oh, I forgot to pay my mortgage. Shit. I thought it was still the winter. I mean, it's still the summer.
You decide when they're due by like feel.
Right, yeah. It's like, it's been a while since I paid for it. And it was like, it hasn't snowed. Yeah.
Well, cool. I guess the money is mine.
Yeah, money is mine. So,
3 months, yeah.
yeah, I did not get on my HOA. I was going to try and get on my HOA board. I did not get on it.
They
So,
didn't let you, or you tried and they.
I tried, and I guess I just didn't get the votes. So,
Oh, you
yeah.
didn't campaign enough.
Oh, I didn't campaign at all, man.
Oh,
I
I
just
see.
assumed nobody else wanted to do it.
You need to just give some candies to the
To the neighborhood
yeah.
kids. Yeah.
Just go around and
Well, I guess I had one supporter, but I doubt she voted in it just because, like, I've been employing her son to, like, take care of my yard, you know, kind of thing. Because I'm fucking done with yard work. I'm never
Yeah,
gonna pick up a
no.
rake again in my life.
Hey,
So,
you need to rake.
you do not need a rake.
You're gonna let Mother Nature handle that one, huh?
Yeah, you don't need to rake your leaves, man. So, especially like you,
leaves.
huh?
I do have a ton of
They'll
leaves.
go away.
They will. I have heard that the reason that you rake isn't because of the damage it'll do to your yard.
No, they'll actually help your yard. So,
Well, there was it was very popular to believe that the nitrates or something like that in the leaves were not good for your
oh
yard.
yeah, it would murder your yard. Is complete bullshit.
The
So the reason why you rake your leaves is so the HOA doesn't bitch at you.
Yeah.
well, I heard a version of that where, say, you live in a non-HOA region like this.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that the dangerous thing is that the leaves are out, they freeze, and then they can become an obstruction on like the street. Somebody could slip on it.
They can. Yeah.
Wow, you're really stretching there.
But then again, I would also say if it's that slippery, you
Yeah.
could slip on it anyway.
Yeah. Well, you'd still be responsible for salting your sidewalk regardless.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
And then you salt it, and there are leaves in it, and gives it more traction.
Right. Yeah. Interesting theory.
This was the plan all along.
Right. Yeah. So.
This was for your benefit.
I wanted it this way.
Yeah, actually, so you're done with yard work. So you don't shovel anymore?
Ever since we moved into this house, it's been 8 years now. I have shoveled my driveway exactly twice.
What?
Yes. So it's downhill and it faces south.
Oh.
I specifically bought a house
That will
facing
melt on
that
its-
direction. So for that, and it's great. I've had to do it twice, and it really fucking snowed those 2 times. So
Well, we chose our house because we wanted to make sure that it was facing east
Yeah.
at least, so that the sun would hit.
yeah,
We didn't realize buying it in a cul-de-sac made our house sun back.
yeah.
So since the sun comes up further south, the house next door just knocks
Blocks
out
all
a
your
bunch of
sun.
it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well. It's okay, man. Yeah. No, I don't shovel my driveway.
That's
so
pretty
in
cool.
my neighborhood we don't have sidewalks, so it's a private neighborhood. Yeah.
Oh,
So we don't have
Yeah.
sidewalks, so
I guess I didn't even
I
notice
don't
that, yeah.
shovel unless I need to shovel to get my car out. So
fair
and
enough.
I've grown to the point in time the last couple of years where I just call in sick to work. So, like, I'm not gonna make it. Cancel class today. Put up a sign. You know. So
Do they
because I
let you-
found that over the years, if I cancel class, no students bitch about that ever.
That is true.
Nobody has ever complained about
No.
that.
No.
Yeah.
But you can't make a habit of it, though. You can't.
I tell them at the beginning of the semester it's probably going to happen twice. So over the course of the semester, it'll either be due to rain, snow, something messed up on the interstate, or I get sick. So it'll be one of those like different combination of things. I will post. So check. All right. If I'm not here on time, get on the thing and look and see if you're supposed to be here. Or if you're smart, you'll do that before you leave. You know. Because chances are I'm leaving before you are to go to work. So if I can't make it, you'll know probably within an hour. So yeah.
So is that 2 per day? So you got like
No,
10 days
just
built
like
in there?
so. No, most of my classes 16 weeks. So 16 weeks, 2 times a week. So that's what 32 meets. It'll be 2 meets
Oh.
that I'll miss, maybe 3.
Okay.
So that's a bad semester. That's like this semester because I got stomach sick that week. So that was the only one. So I was like 25 minutes late the other day. So because
Traffic.
they decided to like fix the potholes on I-25 that were like about to murder my car. I knew where they all were, but they were humongous. You hit that thing at speed in my little car. Like, we're going airborne on this, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't believe how many potholes the city gets
Oh,
like-
yeah.
everywhere.
I think it's better than it used to be. I gotta be honest. So, because it used to be like every single year Academy would just fall apart. In the last couple of years, I think they actually tore up enough. Like the other one was this street over here. So, Oro Blanco, right? They've
Blanco
had to
could be a
replace that like 9 times over the years. And then like the last 2, they did it like 2 years ago. And last year it was fine.
Huh.
And so, because they tore the whole thing out.
I just don't think they actually go to fix the little ones before they get big, and they just
No.
keep letting it like grow, and then the whole street's like just demolished.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's better than the days where they had the street lights turned off.
yeah, that was real ghetto up in here, sir. But no, it's. I do remember like some of the problem pothole areas, and the thing was, like, so on that street, like on Oro Blanco, not actually Barnes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember on Barnes turning onto Oro Blanco, right? That right turn used to have a pothole that
rip your chassis out.
yeah, like literally, I'm not joking. You could get stuck in it, so you had to approach it with caution because if you didn't, like your alignment can be pretty straight when you went in, but you were holding it like this afterwards when that's done. But yeah, they've been better about that, especially about getting corners, especially about getting turn corners on that. It's just a
Loveland,
town.
they would just like, instead of fixing potholes, they would always have the tar guys come out, and so they would always hit them up before they got
I've
big.
seen those guys in my neighborhood.
And so I don't know, maybe they're doing that more down here.
Maybe.
And trying to get it before.
Could be.
Oh, nowhere
Yeah,
was
that'd be
worse than
smart.
Denver, man. When I lived in Denver, holy shit. So it was like, if the street is less than 6 lanes, we don't give a shit about it. So, it's your problem.
Yeah, that's surprised. Yeah.
No, but they just randomly decided to fix potholes on the interstate.
They're always working on the interstate up there.
Well, Denver was the best one because what was it? Was it 270? No, 76. So 76, we go south, like coming from the south, you're gonna go out to DIA. It's just the one that turns into Pena. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That dead ends at the
Oh,
airport.
yeah.
I swear to God, the 2 years that I made that commute, they just did construction all the way up, and then as soon as they finished, they just started. back over.
Oh my god! Like they're painting the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah.
So it was terrible,
Oh, I
man.
didn't even think of painting the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, it's
Is that what
constant
they
job.
say? Yeah, they say that like as soon as you finish one side, you have to go back to the start.
Yep, start over.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. That's
That's 70. No, that's not 76. 225. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
225. Yeah, 76 is on the north side.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I should know that. We took those roads so
A
gosh
lot.
dang often. Yeah.
I remember more for going to Blackhawk. Just take the little 76 and then cut over to 70.
Yeah.
Because I was always up north when I went to Blackhawk.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I just hit 70. But I want to go to Blackhawk again.
That'd be sweet.
Been a while.
I haven't been there since I went with you. So it's been a decade. So,
But this is not the right time
No.
for me to throw money away gambling.
No, me neither.
no, raviolis are not happy right now.
They're
They're a little angry.
Well,
Yeah.
they're not crushed. They're not flattened. They're
No.
not. underneath the fridge or anything. But
My Cardano is. I'm
Is
this
it
close.
dying?
No,
You gotta dump it,
I gotta
man.
dump it because I'm back at the point in time where I'm just about to hit baseline on it.
Oh.
So, and I don't think it's going to go well. And I didn't realize that it was actually run out of Hong Kong. So now I'm really nervous about it. So I think I'm going to murder it off and just change it. Should I change? I think I'll probably just change it back into Ethereum. So
I think so,
Yeah.
and I'm only going to say that because I don't know how the full transition is going to play out, but I would want to have some money in it when
it's
it
coming
does.
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which way that's going to work. It could stay steady, it could explode, but it's just something that I'd be willing to take a risk on.
Yeah. No, that's not classic you're talking about. That's
Nope,
Ethereum
classic-
Prime.
Classic, I do believe, I do believe will take off after the full transition as well. Raven Coin's going to be huge too.
Yeah, I've got some of that.
Because that will be largely what I'm mining at that.
Oh, will it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who are going to have their equipment still. They're not going to throw it away because ether mining disappears because they changed the system. So it will go to, mineable coins. Raven Coin and Ether Classic are the next ones there.
Do you
And
think
I think,
the chipsets will get cheaper then?
hell no.
No, okay.
No. This is,
Why would they stop mining? Or
Because-
at certain times.
they're changing from proof of work to proof of stake.
Yeah.
So the way that that will work is, and you, I don't want to go into the full details of
Nah.
this because you never understand it anyway, and
No.
most people don't.
No.
Foreign concept to me. It just does not.
I don't
compute.
understand it. That's why I just buy it.
Yeah, okay. So I'll say it the nicest, easiest way I can. So as it is, you get ether, you get paid for it because your computer's doing math for you.
Right.
Okay. Now, what they're doing is they're changing to a system where you will be paid based on how much you have of this and how much you're staking of it, right? So ultimately, people who have more are going to be paid more, but everybody knew that was going to happen,
Yeah.
right? So what that means is everybody who has been doing this proof of work for mining for Ether, because it's been the one that's most profitable, all of those systems will disappear off of the Ether network. And so anybody else is like, well, I do proof of work.
Yeah. What else can I mine?
And the question is, will having such a mining influx make the value of the coin go up?
Right.
I say yes.
Oh.
It's
Because that will make it much more widely acceptable because, it's going to be... But we'll see.
I don't know if they're ever going to replace flat out currency though. So yeah.
No.
I mean, I've seen so many articles on that lately that, it's just that libertarian pipe dream that we actually have a deflationary freaking monetary system. And it's like, no, it's not practical. Nobody's going to do it that way, so it's basically, an additional investment asset. So it's like trading currencies.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. But there is something a little bit more and different that you can do with them, which is why they have value. I would say for the overwhelming percentage of people, it has no value whatsoever, except to maybe throw some money in and see what happens.
Unless you're like one of those people who's actually trying to launder money.
That's and if you're doing that right now, I say you do that through NFT.
Right, yeah.
There's a or just buy artwork.
Just buy artwork.
Yeah, just buy artwork.
Ransomware always wants Bitcoin.
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah. I've seen so many things on that lately, even on my news feed the other day.
Yeah.
They were talking about like all these apps that you should delete off your Android. And they're all like ones that's like, I would not download something that said like Crypto Wallet Express. And it says like, oh yeah, this is a crypto wallet. It's like, I have one of those. Why would I need yours? More interestingly, why would you? Oh, I know exactly why you want my data. So, but even other ones was like QR scanners and stuff like that. We're actually like holding, what do they call rats? So it's that remote access bullshit. Yeah. And it was like, I don't even know how to do a QR code scan.
So taking the pic.
Don't you need a special scanner? You just take a picture of it.
Yeah, you don't even take a picture. Like, you just go to your camera
Yeah.
and like do it. It does it automatically.
Oh,
and
my
it
phone
sends
must
it-
be too old, man.
Oh,
No, it's
So-
not. It's not.
No?
Your phone can do it. Yeah.
Like,
I tried doing it the other day when I went to go pick up my daughter from school. They said, scan your QR code at the door. I was like, I'm too stupid to do this.
scan your QR code.
Well, no, I scanned the QR
Oh.
code, and it was supposed to take me to like a COVID thing. You know,
Gotcha.
because like we did this at our school last year too, where it was like, you know, do you have a temperature? You know,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Do you feel this way? You know,
they
have
do
you
not give a fuck at our school.
Oh no, we're done with that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're done with that too. No. You have to have the vaccine passport in order to come on our campus. Yeah, so that was a fight that they completely flipped on back in August after like a week.
Gotcha.
So, because the week before, like convocation week, they're all like, "Oh no, you know, we're gonna do the whole thing where people are adults and we have to treat them as such. And so, if you're vaccinated, great. If you're not, that's your problem." Kind of thing. And then the following week, the very following week, they were like, "Oh no, actually, yeah, you have to be vaccinated and you have to upload your card to our server. So otherwise, you won't be allowed to register. And if
Shouldn't
your
you
faculty or
at
staff,
least get like 4 weeks, since that's how long it would
they
take
did.
to.
They did. They said
Okay.
you had till November.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
yeah. So
Yeah, but they took that "Live Free or Die" flag off the pole in a
dude,
hurry.
it went off. It was like a hurricane hit, and everybody forgot about that thing. Yeah. Yeah, it was like the whole neighborhood changed. So
No, I get it. I get it. And to go back to QR codes, I can't really speak to that because the only time I ever used them was scanning those Monopoly games I got from Safeway. And I never won a thing, even though I had a stack of tickets the size of your head.
Well, at Safeway, they have click for you coupons, and all you have to do is just put your phone and go to a QR code, and it just ding, instant discount.
Not interested in coupons,
I know.
but I did want to win like the $1,000,000 Monopoly dollars or whatever. I was certain that
That
was
is-
going to happen.
I get a ton of coupons through Instacart. It's weird. Yeah, it's just like, would you like to use a coupon? It's like, do I have to clip it? And they're like, no, you just have to click yes. And I was like, yes. I'm like, so, don't I have to organize them so that they're in the right order? You know?
You know what? That being said, I will say that there have been times, like with all the computer equipment and all that crap that I bought, that every now and then that I go to buy something like that, and they say, "Do you want to apply this coupon?" It's like, what happens when I do? It's like, we subtract $200. I'm like, yes,
yes,
I
I
do.
do.
Yes. What do I need to
Click
do?
away.
Just hit this button,
Yeah.
dude. Because otherwise, yeah, it is literally leaving money on the table.
Sure. Yeah,
There's
it's
no
free money.
adverse. There's no
Yeah.
adverse effect. They don't say, you know.
No, because they all use a coupon to go redeem it from whoever's backing that coupon. So, you know, so.
Never really thought about how the chain of couponing works, but thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, somebody's like, oh, we need to push sales, and so we need these coupons. But yeah, I don't know, man. So like, I never go to the grocery store anymore.
I like
It always comes to me. I hate it. So COVID has changed my mind about several things, like grocery stores being one, so pants being the other. I hate pants. So
Hey, I was fighting that fight well before you were. You're just late to that party.
yeah, but you know, I'm here now, man.
Yeah.
So
I wear comfy pants, right?
I used to be that guy too. I still got a couple pair of flannel pants. I hate them. So I wear shorts as much as I can at the house. I would rather turn up the heat. All right. So in my house, be like, man, it's fucking cold outside. We're gonna crank this bitch up to 75.
Wow!
And wear shorts.
Holy cow!
Yeah, you open the front door, it's got the wavy line. So
Very impressive.
you know how much that actually costs? So ever since I got like new insulation, I got new windows, got new furnace and stuff like that, it costs like pennies to actually heat my house more
Oh.
by a couple degrees. So than it did before.
Even through all the threats of how inflation is going to drive up heating costs.
I don't care. It's not gonna
500%.
500%, so it's $5 more. Okay, fine. You know? So I'm not worried about it. So it's just like it's a lot easier for me to push this button than to, bundle up and wear pants in my house.
Well, that's how it's not too hot for the rest of your family. Like they're not like
No.
seriously.
No, if anybody gets cold, it's usually my daughter. So my wife is like the opposite now because she used to always be the one who got cold. But ever since chemo, she's just like, oh my God, it's roasting. I was like, are you kidding? It's 62 in here. So yeah, I can see my breath. Yeah, so it's just always been a little bit, a little bit backwards. And so now I'm a person who's like, man, it's cold in here. I'm going to go turn it up.
Well, even if I turn it up in my house, my bedroom doesn't warm up. So,
That's because yours is over the garage, isn't it? Yeah.
I have one of the fake fireplaces in there. And
What, the ones that you plug in?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, now that I'm working from home, I'm like, nope, warm it up.
Yeah, but see, your house is a tri-story too, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, my house is a ranch, so yeah, technically, doesn't look like it from the front, but it is.
Huh.
It's only 2 levels, so upstairs and basement.
Gotcha.
You have so much basement too.
I have a humongous amount of basement, so I need to fix my basement though this year. So
Hey, you need to fill it with like model trains or old arcade
something.
machines or
Old
something.
yeah, those are expensive, man.
Those are really
yeah.
expensive.
They are.
I'd rather do model trains because I can do that on the cheap. So, I mean, literally $100 over at Michael's buys me like half an Empire. So, I can't do that with old arcade machines. Yeah.
Not ones that you'd want to own.
Right. Yeah. So they don't have characters on them that I can't read. So,
Or it doesn't turn on anymore. Or
right, it's an arcade machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
bought
You
the
have to
husk.
crank up. Yeah.
Well, no, because at that point you are literally just collecting junk, and that is not. You and I have gone on an anti-junk religious renaissance.
I've been backsliding on that.
What
So-
did you buy?
Nothing, not me. It's the people who live with me, my family.
so you were just about to throw one of the two under the bus.
Yeah, I know. I do want to throw that one individual in the bus. So, yeah, and maybe someday she'll listen to this podcast, and you know who you are. So, yeah. So, but the amount of junk that vomits itself into my living room from time to time is
The message is clear.
yeah, and so that's why I go downstairs. So, yeah, no, I used to be like, pick this up, put that away, get out there, kids are gonna have a home. And I still
now
get
your
that
life
way
is at
sometimes.
peace, huh?
And no, it's not
No.
a piece. It's just it's a truce. So I'm just like, I'm going downstairs.
She
So
won?
huh?
She won?
Well, yeah.
A truce is not a loss.
A truce is not a loss. It's like a detente.
How would she see it?
Huh?
How would she
Oh,
see it?
Dad's being a dick. Why is he always on my back? You know, kind of thing. So,
Well, now that hand has been completely tipped at this point.
oh, I
yeah.
just did that.
You
didn't
did,
I? Oh,
yeah.
my bad.
You
Yeah.
did.
Probe enough in the question.
No, I finally, after almost we've been married 20 years, so I'd say after about 15 years of marriage, my wife finally come around to my way of thinking. As far as like, it's like, this is junk, let's just throw it out, kind of thing.
You're right. I haven't touched that in 10 years. I don't think
I
I'm
don't,
going
yeah,
to.
you're not going to.
In the next 10 years.
Yeah, let's just huck it. So, and we've gotten really good about that ever since we actually got the roll away trash bins like last year. We never had those before.
What?
Yeah, so everybody else in my neighborhood had one, but we didn't have one, and so I just thought that, I was supposed to go buy one. And so I was like, well, fuck that, I'll just throw a trash can out there, because I had a trash can. And then after a little while, I can't remember what it was, I had to call up the waste guys, and I was like, hey, I don't have one of those bins, do I need to buy one? And they're like, you don't have one? I was like, no. And I was like, well, we'll send you 2 right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is great. So if I have like old shoes in my closet, I can just throw them in this thing.
Why did that? I remember when that happened, but I can't remember what the.
It was such a quality of life improvement, man. It's a little thing like that.
You even talked to your neighbors. How did that never Where did you get the trash bin?
Well, my drunken neighbor,
Yeah.
he didn't have one either.
Oh,
And so I thought it
all
was
right,
normal.
then
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah.
But then when he moved and the other people moved in, they got one right away. I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's like,
What did I do?
oh, they actually left it in front of my house once. That's what it was.
Well, so your trash is done by your HOA, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's done by Waste Management. But, yeah.
But that's contracted through your HOA, right?
Yeah, you're only allowed to have one company come in and do it.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. That's right. That's right. Because like down here when you do that, that's the first thing they say. Like, all right, we'll go ahead and bring your roll away, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's something where it's contracted by the big group, right? Because I think they just didn't give you one when you moved in.
I didn't have one when I
Yeah,
moved in.
yeah. And it's
But I did have an old trash can from my previous house.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, shit, we'll just use this. You know,
Did
putting
you
it out there.
Carry it like
Well, it was just like one of those ones that like you have, but
silver, like
yeah, it was like no, it wasn't a tin one like that. It
Yeah,
was
the
like,
glass-
no, it was like the classic like janitor one, the gray
Oh,
one. Yeah,
did it have wheels?
I did have a wheel car.
Okay,
for it.
okay.
I never used it, but
So you would carry your
dude,
trash?
my house we only produce like one bag of trash a week. So
yeah, I'm
yeah,
kinda in his
Yeah.
same boat. Yeah.
yeah, even now,
What?
yeah.
Holy cow!
I gotta tell you the truth. I only really need to take out the trash when Amazon has come
Yes.
in spades that week.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like
you
breaking down the
recycle?
boxes.
Yeah, we do now. I mean, kind of. So, like, stripping boxes down to their bare bones. I mean, like, I'm like, I'm just going to huck it in there. If they say something, then I'm going to huck it in the other one.
It's getting hawked one way or another. So
So, but yeah, even that, we don't produce, like, yeah, it's Amazon boxes.
Yeah.
And I'd be lucky if I get Amazon, like, once, like, maybe twice a month. You know, now this time of year, yeah,
Right,
we're gonna
yeah,
get a
yeah.
lot, but you know, like normally it's like I don't even take the recycling out because it takes 2-3 weeks to fill it up. So I mean, the only thing that goes in is mail. Yeah, it's not.
You know, it's funny. I check the mail once a week.
You stuck it right in there. Yeah, yeah, me too.
Because you notice that I started putting the trash can next to the mailbox.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
okay.
When I wheel it out there, that's when I check the
That
mail.
makes perfect
oh my
sense.
gosh!
I take a quick look. There's never anything there for me, so it just goes right in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
My recycle bin, the giant one, fills up every 2 weeks. Like the lid barely closes, and that's just recycle.
Recycling? What are you recycling?
Boxes, bottles, everything,
Okay.
whatever.
Like what
like-
kind of bottle? Like 2-liter bottles or?
Like these.
Oh,
20
okay.
ounce bottles and
Oh, okay.
Never
Yeah, I
have
don't
those
drink
in the
soda.
house.
milk jugs, like juice bottles, juice jugs. It just the salad thing comes in plastic, like and everything, like so. It just
See, I
it's
don't
like
know, man.
overflowing.
Like the only thing that goes in my trash can is like one bag of trash, and that's like a kitchen size, like
kitchen,
one
yeah.
of those
We
sizes.
do that every like 2-3 days.
Oh no, I maybe one a week.
That's
Well,
crazy.
like maybe like 1.25 a week in my house. It depends if we had like pizza. So if we had pizza that week, Domino's.
Yeah, but that goes. You just take that out to the can.
Yeah, you
instead
hook
of-
it in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes I just mash it in that thing.
Oh my god.
I'm going to tell you, I have a problem with that because sometimes that ruptures the plastic bag, and then when you pull it out, like something leaky is coming out.
Got it.
So-
Oh yeah, that's gnarly.
So that's
Yeah.
why
Okay.
oversized things have to go to the can, Patrick. This is your house. You do what you want to, but
Well, our trash
better.
can fills in 2 to 3 days, so oversized things
absurd.
go
That's
in the
crazy,
trash.
man.
that is absurd.
So the family just produces that much like packing material.
Wait.
I don't know what we're doing, but yeah, it fills up.
Jeez.
Tell you what, you guys are.
How often you go out to eat? You bringing home like styrofoam boxes and shit?
I don't know what's going on now. I'm really
okay,
starting to
yeah.
question what we're doing.
You are consumers. That's,
I am a
You
consumer.
are.
I'm a proud to be American consumer. This is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
but
I keep the economy afloat.
I mean, how many loads of laundry are you doing a week? One?
Yeah, I do 1 load of laundry.
Okay, so you're
the
not-
kids do 1 load of laundry.
All right, so you're not throwing away all bottles. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, you don't have any diapers anymore. So
No,
they're gone, yeah.
hey, anybody that's doing diapers, you
Oh yeah,
licensed to fill up the trash like
Yeah.
crazy. But yard waste can do you.
But that doesn't fill the kitchen trash.
No, I'm not talking about the
Yeah.
kitchen. I'm talking about your overall trash footprint.
I mean, yeah, I do plenty of that when it's time, but
huh?
I don't,
no,
I
I
don't
don't.
know how
Yeah.
I'm putting kitchen trash so much now. Now I'm really starting to question.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do like an audit, because I mean, like, so I don't know. Do you cook leftover meals and stuff?
I eat my leftovers.
Yeah, okay. So, because we get tons of leftovers in my house.
Do you make a lot of stuff that comes out of cans or boxes? Like tin cans?
But those go in the recycling.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, if we're filling a giant recycling bin every 2 weeks and doing that,
You don't get the newspaper, do you?
I don't know what I do.
Dock it in there.
But that would go in recycling.
It would. But I have seen where newspapers can take up such a big bulk of.
Oh, yeah. Well, you remember when the Sunday paper was
Yeah.
Jesus
freaking bad?
Christ, I
Yeah.
know.
I haven't seen a newspaper in, I don't know.
Oh, we get them all the time. So they don't hook the free one on our driveway anymore, but we get like the whatever this value saver thing is. It's full of coupons that nobody's gonna use.
That goddamn unsolicited
But that's
bag
in the
that they
mail.
truck. Yeah.
Oh no, they hook mine on
Oh.
the driveway.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
driveway.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you
driveway.
get something totally different than we do.
Yeah, no, I mean it immediately goes in the trash. So
Huh.
Yeah.
we don't get anything hooked on our driveway.
oh okay.
Man, that was the shit that pissed me off the most because you don't ask for it and you just let it stack up. And when I was, say, in North Dakota for 20 days,
People know you're just gone. Yeah.
it just pissed me off because these people, like,
Gross.
I didn't subscribe to anything.
Yeah.
But no, there's like 14 papers in front of my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, huh. I hope that
Yeah.
guy doesn't have a whole bunch of expensive computer shit.
Right. Yeah, but there were all those value saver ones or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
I
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember when I used to come over and get your mail, there'd be a couple of them out there. I'd just hook them. So.
Yeah.
And he was so.
Oh my god,
mad.
yeah, Jeff absolutely was going to want to like
Yeah.
thumb through all these coupons later.
Well, you
So
you saw the pathetic amount of mail that I get. Like, people don't even try to sell me shit anymore.
Just
Yeah.
off the grid.
It's not off the grid. It's just like, this guy is worthless. This dude is not worth trying to hook our products. Nothing is landing with this guy. I mean, the people who try to advertise to me most aggressively is Anderson Windows.
oh yeah, they leave hangers on my door all the time. It's like, can't you see my new fucking windows?
Well, well, you guys did a good job with the windows last time.
Right.
These are Andersons. They look great.
Yeah,
I don't.
they're so expensive though, man.
Yeah, I know.
They are so. It's like a scam how expensive they are.
You know, they are the Louis Vuitton of window replacement because
They offer you like a free window and half a slider. So if you get your entire house redone, it's like, why are you throwing that in there? So it's because you're overcharging me
Yeah,
for the other
you won't
ones.
even
Yeah,
notice.
yeah. So yeah. Oh well.
Half a slider, huh?
Half a slider or something like that. It was always like something a little bit different than the whatever you actually needed.
yeah, that's about right. Did those clowns ever finish up your basement?
I was just gonna ask.
Oh my
No.
god!
Do you even call anymore?
No,
or is it
I don't,
just...
I'm just gonna have somebody else fix it in the spring. So I'm done with those guys.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So the sump pump works if I plug it in. So fine. It's not gonna rain like crazy until
No.
April. So I'll find somebody in the spring and just say, hey, they did a bad job on the piping anyway. So I want the piping actually sunk into the wall. So, yep.
Do you want to throw out their name to make sure they're sullied for life?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So I don't know. It still might actually. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at the contract. But if I have somebody else come in and fix their shit, then I might charge them. So, or at least try and bill them for it. I don't know. Depends on how
Do
busy
they
my
have
wife
an
is.
office?
Oh yeah, yep.
You can throw a rock through their window?
No, I'm not gonna throw a rock
Oh.
through the window. So
You're asking how Pat solves problems.
yeah,
not how Jeffrey.
we're gonna do this in small claims court. Yeah,
Yeah.
down the street with bottles and chains. Yeah,
I know you're in there.
I know you're in here. Get out of here. So, but then I don't know. We're gonna see what projects we're gonna do this year. I gotta start thinking about it. I want to redo my kitchen. I want to get new
Ooh.
floors.
Oh,
I got a floor guy who's really good, and so I've been promising him for years. And he's like, "Yeah, just let me know," and he'll start saving up boxes that fall off the back of the truck.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and
The
then
bathroom done a very similar way.
yeah. But I mean, that's just like, I don't know. It's just one of the things that we're gonna have to like play by ear and see kind of how the spring goes and stuff. Because I don't know how much money I'm gonna make this spring. So this fall was particularly lucrative. So
oh.
just with extra classes and stuff, and this spring it looks like I'm gonna have like less than usual. So.
You already know? Huh.
Well, there's one that I'm kind of waiting on, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get it. So,
Wow.
which I'm fine with.
You enjoy your
So-
free time, huh?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So, less work is better. Yeah. So you're getting that philosophy, and that's why like I want my raviolis to start doing better.
Yeah, I know. I know.
And get to that point in time where I just peel off a couple mini raviolis
Actually, right now,
and use those to buy groceries. Yeah.
the status of
So-
electronic pasta is always a major concern for me, but
Yeah.
I watch it a little bit more closely than you do. So
I didn't check it until like today, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" So, and then I started reading up on it. I was like, oh, "Okay." So you get the two articles that you always do: it's doomed, or it's due up for the biggest run ever.
yeah,
And it's like you guys don't know shit.
It's amazing. Like, so I remember the statistic was, are you familiar? I can't remember. There's this disease that people can get from cat feces.
Oh yeah, the one that's supposed to make you go crazy.
Yeah, and it's definitely like a source of depression or something like that. And I remember that the statistics on who would be infected were they gave a range of like 5% to 40%.
Right.
And I remember hearing that and thinking, how can your measurement be this or 8 times this? Right? And so when you're talking about those two articles,
Yeah.
and you have Mr. Doomed who has Bitcoin at 12,005, and then the next
Oh God, I'd love that. If that happened, I'd buy a shitload of it.
well, no, I got you there. But then the next one is I see it at 470K before the end of this year. I'm like, this is December.
It's like, you're pushing pretty hard here, bud. Yeah.
So that's even greater. It's like, wow, that's a pretty big discrepancy.
McAfee decided to get hit $1 million or eat his own dick.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
Like our inaugural
Oh,
episode.
okay. I don't know if that part actually came up.
His name's in the title. Yeah, that came
It
up.
came up because
Yeah.
I went, who are you talking about?
Okay.
And you're like, oh my God, you don't know?
Yeah. Well, you're the cybersecurity guy. You know.
Well, I don't think cybersecurity sees that dude as like a patron saint, though. I
Oh
think,
no, he's been sold out of that company for years.
I think they think he's probably a huckster,
Oh yeah.
I just
a
got
personality, I should say.
I just got a scam from Norton. I don't use Norton, but
A Norton scam?
yeah, they sent me an email saying my Norton is getting auto renewed,
My mom got that one.
and I was just like, okay. I was like, well, I'm not using it, and they're like, well, if you need a refund or anything, call this number. I was like, I think I will.
Oh, you did.
And so I called the number, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're at the Norton, blah 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 blah." And then they're like, "I was like, yeah, I got a thing, and I think I need a refund because I don't think I auto renewed or anything." And they're like, "Oh yeah, just give me the ticket ID number." I go, "Okay. How many numbers are in your ticket ID?" Well, no, it's right there in your email. I'm like, "Yeah, I can see it. How many numbers are in my ticket ID?" They're like, well, no, just read it off your email. I'm like, no, I told you, I understand that.
I understand that.
And then he's just like, click.
Oh yeah, you got
I was like, oh, that was fun.
talking to somebody in Bangalore.
Yeah.
No, my mom got the same one. So she got an email that says your Norton's about to expire and we're going to auto renew it.
Yep.
And if you don't want to do this, we've already charged you, so you need to get a refund.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
That's the
And
exact
she
one I got.
immediately, well, this is the classic, like I got hooked on these couple like YouTube channels where it's all about scam baiting, and they're almost all the scams are the same.
Yeah.
And that's how it starts. And then what they'll do is they'll process a refund, and then using JavaScript, okay, they'll actually, while you have your bank account information up, they'll modify the JavaScript on it so that it looks like, they gave you like $10,000.
Oh.
Okay, when they're only supposed to give you like 200. And they're like, oh shit, we need that money back. Okay. And so we need you to go down to the T-Mobile store and buy a whole bunch of Apple Play cards. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And mail them to us. Yeah. And so anyway, as soon as Mom told me about it, I was like, don't do that. Don't. No. She's like, well, I was thinking about calling them. And I was like, yeah. So if you want to do that, actually,
Paul Norton.
Ryan got a hold of her first because she called and left me a message, and then called and left him a message. And he said, call Norton. Okay, so get on Google, look up Norton's 800 number, call that number, not the one from the email. And sure enough, she got a hold of somebody actually at Norton, and he was like, okay, so I just need the information off the email and stuff, and we're going to put it in our fraud database, and thank you.
Yeah.
She was like, well, you don't need any other information. He's like, no, you should distinctly not give that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rough one. And I understand how people get caught for that.
Sure.
But, it's... I don't know. How many of those have you ever actually answered?
None.
None?
If it says scam likely, like my sister-in-law thinks she's funny, and she's like, likely, Mr. Likely speaking,
Your kids do that.
Yeah.
I taught
Or
him to
whatever
do
it is. Yeah, okay.
Hello, is this Mr. or Mrs. Likely?
Yeah, you're right, yeah. And then, but I don't even want them to know that my phone number works.
Yeah.
So I don't even right swipe those anymore. I just let it ring.
Nope.
So all the way through.
Well, I actually found an easier way to deal with that.
How's that?
By using the Do Not Disturb mode on my phone.
See, that's great. I do that at night now. So
what you can do is leave it on all day, but just no. What I'm saying is leave it on all day, leave it on all the time, but just set your exceptions. So that
that's clever. That's really fucking clever.
So if Will's gonna call, that's fine. It goes straight on through.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
my mom?
So I could do that with my mom. Yeah,
Absolutely.
got it.
Yep.
That's really
same
that's
thing,
smart.
and the same thing you can do with like email notifications and stuff like that. So that way, because you guys know I sleep abnormal times, and so
yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I really don't like scam likely calling me at like 2 in the afternoon. Well, now
That's
granted,
prime calling time.
yeah,
right?
they sure do. And I remember I did answer those a couple of times, and I just they were saying like, "Well, your car's warranty." I'm like, "Which car? I own a couple. Which one is it?"
Which one is it?
Do I need for both?
I was like,
yeah.
"You know what? Tell me which cars I own." And then you get the click.
click.
Yeah, because the first time I did that to somebody, it's which car?
Yeah.
Tell me which car.
Tell me which car.
And if you sound kind of desperate,
Yeah.
it's kind of fun. But I don't have time for that. I don't want them. You've heard me do that.
I have heard you do that.
Around with.
Yeah.
Usually I just put on a dumb voice and just,
You're right. Yeah.
Are you? Oh
no.
What do you mean?
My car just got in a wreck. Will you cover it?
Yeah. You've been here for it. You're like,
Yeah.
who are you talking to?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
you're fucking with
Do
somebody.
they
in
actually
India.
sell you a warranty?
No,
of
they
course
said
not.
it expired. So
Well,
that's
yeah, but I mean, if you go through with it, like, are they actually selling you a warranty?
No,
Or
there's going to be a hook in it somewhere.
somewhere where you
know.
just give money to
Yeah,
something.
well, yeah. So like, what was the one that I was watching the other day? They've actually got a Disney Plus scam that's going on right now.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
You're right.
where it's like, oh well, you've been undercharged, for blah blah blah, and so we're going to charge you an additional $24.95. We need to collect that right now, and people will be like, oh okay, and they'll pay it.
oh,
Yeah. So
The reaction should be, oh well, that's a you problem, not a me.
exactly. Yeah. They say, well, we're going to cut off your service. No, don't cut off my service. Then I'll actually have to entertain my children. So yeah. So and then the Social Security Administration one was going on too. My mom got
The
a notice.
tax one too.
The
yeah.
tax one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will have to notify the proper authorities.
Yeah.
You will be arrested. It's like in America?
I remember asking, I was like, so you're telling me? It's like, yeah, like the Internal Revenue Service. It's like, yes. Only accepts payment in prepaid Visa gift cards.
Google Play card.
He hung up.
Right.
That dude-
You tell me that the IRS.
No, because that year I'd actually had I'd gotten a letter from the IRS that said you owe us extra money.
Yeah.
So when I got that call again, right, and it was a total scam, but I was like, what now? I was like, I just paid you guys an extra $2,500, and so I'm going through, and then I was like, where do I work? What's my middle name?
Right when you said already paid 25, you're here like, hey Scott, did you just get 2,500?
What?
We had somebody in the chat.
We did?
We did. Somebody who needs to be a little bit more careful about what last name they're using. Sorry, this thing was over.
Oh. Hi, William.
Yeah. He's not on anymore. Sorry.
You should be out having fun instead of listening to this.
Yeah.
You know where he is.
Yeah, Tickle's Fun Factory.
Yeah.
Tickle's Fun Factory. Yeah.
So the first night over must have been
A blast.
outstanding.
Yeah, that was.
He got to stay over at Mom's place for
Oh, okay.
the first time, and it must be so exciting over there that he
Got
decided
it.
to join the podcast.
Yeah, now I feel bad, man. So.
Oh, well,
Because he was like, hey, what's going on? Why not listening? Watch Ugg. Poor guy. Sorry, man. That was the technician's fault.
yeah, you.
I'll just send him a
Well, I have to go
message.
excuse yourself for a minute. Pat and I are going to talk about Dune.
Yeah, we got to talk about
Did you
Dune.
watch it?
I did.
Oh,
So.
you can talk. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
Okay, well,
Wait, is HBO Max gone now?
I think I still have it for some time.
December. Did it just end at December?
You've done the first.
Oh, okay. Well, I think her mom has it too, so I should be able to.
Yeah,
Do it
but
one way or
you don't
another.
want to use her mom's.
I like
Use
free
mine.
stuff. Your free stuff is ending.
Well, I'm not using it.
That's no excuse.
48,000. Oh. I don't like that. I will check. But yes,
whatever.
you saw it. I'd like to hear your thoughts, Patrick, because I've talked about it already.
I thought it was really good. So. It was one of the few things that I've seen in a long time I didn't want it to end. So. And then it did, and I was pissed. And then I was like almost tempted to watch it again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, it was actually really good. So
Huh.
I liked it. Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff was right. All the male actors are fantastic in the entire thing. They are great. So Dave Bautista's in it.
Yeah.
So I didn't recognize him right away.
Barely, though.
Yeah, barely. We'll see him with Javier Bardem. I mean, he's barely
Yeah,
in it too.
I agree.
And I was like, holy shit, I know that guy. You killed that guy in that other movie. That's really good. You know? So,
right, thank
No
you.
Country for Old Men.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
Oh man. Come on, Will.
How old is it?
Doesn't matter. There's no special
it's,
effects.
It's not even. It's not
Yeah.
even that old. It's
it's like 2010.
maybe
Yeah,
10 years
maybe.
old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, then I see.
So
it.
and there's no special effects in it. It's
That's
not.
probably why I didn't watch
It's not that kind of movie. Yeah. So
If there's no special effects, it's usually not that impressive.
you would like it.
No.
So yeah.
Or you
So-
might not. You might actually hate it, and I can understand why.
Clint Eastwood,
No, it's got Tommy Lee Jones in it.
but he didn't direct it.
No,
don't
that's
think so,
Coen
no.
Brothers.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Coen Brothers.
Coen Brothers.
Yeah. But no, I mean Dune was really good. So I liked I don't know how they kind of set things out, and Skarsgård was really good as the Baron. And you're right, it's not all weird like the Lynch version. So
It is a little bit more subdued.
It is definitely more
Yeah.
subdued. It takes itself a little bit more seriously, but it also doesn't tell the entire story that the
no.
first movie does.
No.
Yeah, not even close. So in fact, you only get about a third of the way through it. So they're gonna hobbit this one out.
Well, they're supposed to only be doing 2.
See, that's better than I thought, man. I was kind of afraid that they were going to do like 9.
As you should. As you should. But yeah, supposedly there is, they're only looking at doing 2, and that's great.
They should have that decision made by now, right? Like,
Well, they didn't even know, they didn't know until it released whether or not they were going to do a second.
Right.
really?
Yeah, it was very much on the fence.
Huh.
Because Villeneuve makes films that typically get acclaim but very little money.
I wonder how this one did.
Said it did fine.
Okay.
They said it because it had. They were afraid of the simultaneous release, as people have been, dealing with the home release concurrent with the theater release, and evidently it did great in theaters and got buku views on HBO Max, and so yeah, they greenlit a second one within like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, that's good. So,
Yeah.
because I'd like to see it. But then, that's kind of interesting because I was actually watching something the other day. It was actually like Entertainment Tonight. It was after the nightly news, the local news. And what's his name? Ridley Scott was on there bitching about how people weren't showing up to go see his like Nights in France kind of thing.
Oh, I have no interest to see that. So.
Well, yeah, and he was like blaming it on millennials and phones and not COVID.
Or that it just didn't look that interesting.
Well, he didn't market it at all. Yeah.
well, that's not for him
Yeah.
to do.
Well, even if it's not for him to do, man, it's got his name on it.
It was, I mean,
So
maybe it wasn't crazily marketed, but I saw.
I didn't know anything about it.
You
So
don't watch. I guess I don't know how many movie previews do you see?
0. I mean, unless they're on like during football. So, which you don't really see anything on football anymore other than Taco Bell commercials and Progressive commercials.
God,
So-
there's a lot of progressive.
Oh my God, they're everywhere. Yeah, Limu, emu. So
Yeah.
they're bad.
No, of course they're bad. Of course they're long since given up on actually selling products.
Yeah.
It's just trying to get some kind of association. Ever since Old Spice stopped being a deodorant and became a cultural presence.
Did you guys use Old Spice? Either of you?
I do.
Did you see the recall notice the other day? Do you use the spray? So
No.
okay,
The
good.
spray?
Yeah,
Like
because apparently it's
deodorant
got
spray?
benzene in it. So-
Wait a minute. Hold on. Are you telling me when you say the spray, are you talking about like
the body spray. Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
The body spray now.
I saw an article on that the other day. Procter & Gamble actually was one of the only companies that voluntarily pulled all these products because they have benzene in them, and they like all of their like Axe body sprays. Kits.
And like suntan or sunscreen.
right,
got yanked.
yeah.
No, I didn't hear about that. I use their deodorant and I use their body wash, but I don't use any other kinds of products. But to go back to Dune for a moment.
Sure.
All right. So, what were the failings of the movie?
Oh, I don't know. It's been too recent for me. I thought it was great.
Did you watch that one with your wife?
Yeah.
Okay. What did she have to say?
Nothing. She was tired. Went to bed. Afterwards, it wasn't long, man. So
It is.
It wasn't
Is.
long.
Was it like 3 hours?
I think
That's
it's
like the clock's in a little bit.
close,
It's like
maybe
2:35.
less, yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know, man. Let's see. I don't. Okay, so I would actually latch on to my brother's criticism. It doesn't do a very good job of explaining what's going on.
Nope.
So yeah, you're just kind of like, okay, did you read the book? Yeah. Okay, you're good.
Huh.
So like, did you read the book? No. Okay, you should go read the fucking book. Yeah. So,
Well, I mean, there is the alternative of thinking that what's going on isn't necessarily the most important part to the film. So there's a piece where you can sit back and, of course, I know what's going on, but if
Sure.
you just stood back and just enjoyed it, expecting that at some point it would make sense, you could probably be fine with that.
Probably
too,
all right.
right?
Yeah.
Where they give you enough pieces so that eventually it does all make sense. Didn't apply to me because I know what's going on. But,
Yeah. Well, and I kept trying to compare it to the Lynch version. So, sitting there looking at it, it's like, oh, okay, I like this interpretation of this or whatever. You know, and
Right.
so like I already had a template to go off of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that would be like one thing. The other thing that I guess would be a failing is I do agree with you. The female leads are not very good
Terrible.
in it. Well, they're completely unremarkable. Let me just put it that
Absolutely.
way. I mean, I've seen people who did worse jobs in movies.
No, of course. We're not talking about a fucking Roger Corman movie or something like this.
Got
But
it,
yeah, you're
yeah.
right. Yeah.
No, but it was just like, yeah, Jessica was really not how she comes across in the book at all, or even the Lynch version. So where you know that chick's fucking dangerous. So, but in this one, it's kind of like, oh, you can do that, cool. You know,
It's weird.
So-
It's weird that their interpretation was meek and crying and
Yeah.
timid, whereas in the book she's kind of a boss. Okay?
Yeah.
And in the Lynch version, they communicate more with her wardrobe
Oh yeah,
in 10 seconds than they do with her in the new movie, right? Where just the way that she's dressed and the way that she holds herself. I mean, it's unfair. This is Francesca Annis, for crying out loud. You're not going to do better than that.
Yeah.
But
she's just poorly written. She's not a bad actress. So-
I don't know. I haven't seen her in anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, they took a completely weird direction. And with Zendaya, it's weird because all she does is squint and say anachronistic things.
Yeah.
She talks like a teenager in the middle of the desert where
Who is she?
she
Which
plays
one?
Chiani. She's at the end. She's the one that he
Oh,
keeps
okay,
having
yeah,
visions
yeah.
of.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
It's weird
Yeah.
because she's got this kind of like, so what are you looking at? Kind of affect to her voice,
Yeah.
which makes no sense for the rest of the movie, which convinces me that she doesn't have any other modes.
Well, at least not yet. She's gonna play a much bigger thing in the next movie.
She will. She
Yeah,
will. It's a lot more
so-
important. And as I've said before, it is. I will say that the new one is by far a better movie than the Lynch version, but it is not as memorable.
No, that's because it's not Gonzo weird.
Correct. Correct. There is nothing.
Floating fat man.
It's not even that, man. It's not like the really weird stuff is just some of the smaller details where, like, when the guild navigators have those like vacuums that they're cleaning
Yeah.
up the gross moisture of after
Yeah.
they take them away. It's just like weird
This
stuff.
one is just a giant tube. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, they don't even show the navigators. Nope, they don't. So it's
Oh. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I mean, it was fun to watch. So
Yeah.
it was kind of cool. Like
Liked
I
it.
said, just to kind of see their interpretation of it.
it's different. It's absolutely different.
Yeah, it's totally different. It's much more serial. So, but also, you know, I mean, it was just well implemented. So, battle scene was great. So
Amazing.
Yeah, it was
Absolutely
really
amazing.
good.
Absolutely amazing. I loved it.
Yeah.
The
You watch fucking who the fuck was Josh Brolin just running there. You know.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's great.
Aquaman wasn't bad that either.
No,
in
he's
this
not.
one.
No,
Yeah,
he's
Jason
definitely
Momoa.
Aquaman,
Yeah, he was
but-
definitely Aquaman. But they did stab the fuck out of him.
Does he? Let me ask you.
I forgot that dude died, and then I was like, oh yeah.
Does he look weird without a beard?
He looks very weird without a
Oh,
beard.
okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of recognized him from like, because in Game of Thrones he had a little beard. He had that little.
Yeah,
Did he?
little
Okay.
funny thing.
Yeah. So you know, but that was a long time ago because he was only in like
It
the
was,
first
like,
season.
first-
of it.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and then he died. So, well, everybody dies in that series.
True.
Everybody. So even the characters you don't want to die.
They
Well, no, I mean even the ones that you do want to die, eventually they do die, but in unsatisfying
Yes.
ways.
Yeah. That is quite
That
right.
is the most cynical thing that I've ever heard somebody say about fiction, man. That is just so.
It is. I mean, the last
They
like,
live only to disappoint you.
the last four episodes were just like, oh my god. So
That's how you're getting rid of them.
it was like, who wrote this? And you should be shot. So
I think those guys were the people that wrote those were scheduled to write Star
They
Wars
were.
movies. Yeah, which has since been rescinded.
good.
So here's a list of taken away or suspended indefinitely Star Wars projects. So, as we've talked about, Will, Wonder Woman 84, good movie?
Crappy.
Crappy. Okay, so Patty Jenkins, the director, was supposed to make a Rogue Squadron movie.
Gotcha.
Suspended indefinitely. All right, so
Yoink.
Star Wars Episode 8. Was that a good movie?
No, that's terrible. It's the last one that I saw, and I've since sworn off the franchise.
Yeah,
It
okay.
literally pushed me off the bus.
Correct.
So-
That dude was scheduled to get his own trilogy of movies.
Ooh.
Canceled.
Suspended indefinitely.
Good. Yeah.
And those two ass clowns or whatever that were supposed to be writing Star Wars canceled.
I thought J.J. Abrams did get greenlit for another trilogy, though.
That would be a big mistake.
You might have to do some research on that. I think I saw that the other day.
I haven't heard that. It wouldn't surprise me. But then again, what smaller ship is he going to fit Death Star lasers on now?
Did he do the last one or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
Normally like J.J. Abrams too, but that's just me.
I'd like to crash cars and go. This is
I watched the Fringe series and I loved it.
the what?
It was a series called Fringe.
I remember Fringe. I watched a few episodes. I kind of liked it.
loved it. And he was the...
Did you watch Lost? Because that was his...
Yeah, that was his
Big
I did
thing.
not watch Lost.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't either, so...
It just did not seem like my thing.
No.
No, the only thing he knows how to do with films is just, okay, what happened last week? Put missiles on it.
Yeah.
Shit, then we came up. This is what we were talking about.
yeah, yeah.
This is why we didn't want... That's what he
Yeah.
did in these movies. It's like, oh, that's a lightsaber. Okay. Mine's cooler because it has two little lightsabers coming out.
Right, yeah. It shoots missiles. You know?
My Death Star can blow up 5 planets at once.
And it is a planet. You know?
Take that.
Yeah.
Like,
So, see my Star Destroyer here, it's a mega Star Destroyer. It's two of them glued on top of each other. Oh yeah, look at my AT-ATs. They look like gorillas.
well, that was
Oh, that was the
was
previous guy.
dumbass
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Ryan
so,
Johnson. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, no, then the other side of that is he's the one that said, like, all right, so you have stormtroopers that can fly and have jetpacks, and other characters have jetpacks, but you need to have like rolling tanks that shoot stormtroopers into the sky.
I honestly, from the first the episodes 1, 2, and 3, I liked some of the goofiness of the vehicles that George
In
Lucas came up
hindsight,
with. They are endearing.
yes, they're just gosh darn cute.
They are. Cute.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's a little crab. Cool. It's like, this wheelie thing doesn't seem like it would last a one single miss. No, it doesn't. Yeah, cool. Thanks, George Lucas.
So, in episode 3, and I want you to remember this,
Okay.
like, tires have been a staple of driving for a long time.
Sure.
Right? And they do a great job. Somehow they decided that General Grievous's car should be 2 gigantic penny farthing bicycle tires.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. They're like, of course that thing's going to fail. You know?
It's gonna say, why? Why would you?
Yeah.
But you know,
But that's just like
so,
yeah. I mean, you can tell it comes from the mind of an 8-year-old, you know, on a certain level.
Yes.
And that's
And-
definitely George Lucas.
an 8-year-old
you
that
know.
that can stay up past 10,
Right.
And you know, has a checkbook and a summer job, and
Job.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah. So, but no, and then yeah. So we'll see. I just read that not too long ago that he got greenlit for the next trilogy.
that'd be a real shame.
Dude, I'm done with Star Wars, man.
Yeah, I know,
I'm
but
over.
I don't know.
They got to lure me back. So no,
What would lure you back?
another Rogue One. So It's got to be something of that caliber.
Gotcha.
So, and I have to hear that from you fucking
I'm
guys
like,
before.
I'm like, where are you getting your information from? Oh.
You guys, or sometimes Ryan. So yeah, if he says this one's as good as Rogue One, then I'll go see it, and I might become a Star Wars fan again. So
What if you said it's like Solo?
yeah, no, I got one of those. Yeah, I mean it's not bad, but
Right.
yeah, no,
No.
no, and let alone a trilogy. So he does a trilogy and it fucks up the first one. You got 2 more to suffer through before you can say, "Oh, maybe I can be a Star Wars fan again."
What if it's not bad, but you can see that it's building towards
It better be good, otherwise I'm not going to see it.
That's what you idiots said about episode 7 when we came out of there. You're like,
Yeah, no, you were right, man. I was wrong.
it wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
well, you and sometimes Ryan were both like,
Pretty cool.
you're measuring this unfairly. It's the first chapter of 3, whereas I had like my D- see me after class.
Revise and resubmit. No, you were totally right, man. And I'm not falling for it again. So I'm learning from my mistakes here. And yeah.
How many movies get a good grade when you leave the theater?
Tons.
Do they? Okay.
Most.
Most?
Yeah. Most.
Most?
Yeah.
Huh.
I am overwhelmingly positive about most movies. My biggest problem right now is I have had to, in recent years, learn to mitigate hype. Because I get myself stoked with the expectation that good things are going to be good. What I've been finding is so many movies have impressed me, right, when I go in with no expectations. But the thing is, with Star Wars, I should expect it to be good. I shouldn't go in there and say, like, boy, I hope you guys pull something out of your ass. Because when you...
Right.
Jurassic
World 3,
yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is when you ask somebody to go into an undertaking, right? Because this is... People say the stupidest things when they're getting in, like, fandom arguments. They're saying that, like, oh, these guys, these made this movie to totally rape my childhood, right? It's like, no. These people came in and said, I'll bet you this is going to kick ass. Like, nobody comes in there and says, like, I'm going to make the movie that makes you hate Thundercats forever. Right?
Thundercats. Why?
I don't know. Just whatever. Say, because people love to throw that.
Is he back?
He's back.
People love to
Hi,
throw
buddy.
that hyperbole that, oh, they came in there to destroy what was cool. No. They're like, I think this is cool. I'm going to make this.
Yeah, I get a chance to make a Star Wars movie. And so,
Exactly.
yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how many chances do you get at a franchise before you just pull a pin on the franchise, man? I guess I got there. Like, the movie after that one that I was trying to pump. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, going back and looking at this first one, Jeff was right about that one. And this one is blatantly bullshit. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with Terminator has had so many bites at the apple.
Jesus.
So many bites at that apple.
God,
and
I
they just-
really wanted to like Salvation, too, and it's just not good. It's just so bad.
You have to close one eye and squint really hard to make it good. You can't.
It's like Christian Bale's good at this, but no, it's terrible. It's absolutely awful. There's like a people factory in the end of it. It's
sure
like,
is.
why are there doors with handles in this? It's like none of you guys thought about this, man.
Oh, and
So-
you're talking about hitting some of my easy buttons to make me like something. It's like, oh, well, look at that one. It's a Terminator, but big, and you can put people inside. Normally, that's a surefire win.
Right? Yeah.
Normally, that's a surefire win. And you're talking about just like easy ways to score some free points. Like, is that Michael Ironside?
It is Michael.
It is
Ironside,
Michael
yeah.
Ironside. Normally, that's a full letter grade for something so easy.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah. But it was so terrible.
Still D-
It was
beat me
absolutely
after
awful.
class, man.
Yeah. So
Are you wanting to see the new Matrix?
No.
No.
No. I don't care. There's again. This is like Star Wars. There's one good movie in the franchise. Why would I want to come back to this?
There's two.
In the Matrix?
Oh, in the Matrix?
Yeah.
There's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Star Wars.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, they're already batting .333, and
That's a professional hitter. That's Hall of Fame.
But when you only have 3 at bats, man.
yeah, there's a lot of people batting .667.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious
I don't
to
know,
see it.
man. Well, what about the Jurassic Park?
I wanna-
Do you have any desire to see that? You usually
I gotta
like the
see a
dinosaurs.
preview.
Yeah.
I gotta see a preview. Then
Yeah.
Then I
Okay.
might. But I haven't seen a preview yet.
I've seen a couple on the
Just
YouTubes.
respond.
They are awful.
You just turn the thing towards you, dude.
Yeah.
The microphone is here.
Yeah, but he's in control of the controls.
Whoa.
See?
Yeah, that's fine.
See,
Just-
that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna
no,
break
it's
stuff.
fine. But there's a keyboard right there, so you go ahead
I
and
don't
say
know
the
if
things.
it's clicked
The
in.
mouse is wireless.
Oh, here you go.
Okay, we just threw our show to a halt.
No, it's fine. Just
Oh, that's okay. We're at $1.15 anyway. Aren't
go
we?
ahead and answer our $500 super chat.
$500 super chat. Super chat. So
That's all good.
you can just do it by talking in the mic too.
What? Do you?
But he can hear you.
Oh,
Do it in the
I
chat.
thought
if
it
you're
just.
going
I
to
thought
play
it
It's
just would
fine.
like
No,
transcribe it
You
there.
don't
I'm
watch
like, wait,
Twitch
what do you-
enough, do you? Yeah.
No, I do not
Yeah.
watch Twitch at
I
all.
watch a lot of Twitch now.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
What are you watching on Twitch?
Usually just like retro speed runs of games. It's
Oh,
just-
so you're not watching the ASMR?
no. Well, because you'd have to hear it. That's the thing is I'm playing them silently while
Oh.
I'm transcribing.
Oh yeah, you were gonna tell me about that.
Yeah.
Is it a good story to end on, or is that something we need to save for next week?
I mean, do you want to hear?
Oh, he already got off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't tell William about this either, so I was privy to information about an interview involving Martha Stewart talking about her trial and her incarceration, and she was talking about this in great detail. And
Martha Stewart was?
yes,
So they were actually interviewing Martha Stewart.
oh yes,
Okay, all right.
yes.
So,
So
this is
stunt double.
this
It was the stunt double.
well, no,
Yeah.
this was a documentary.
oh yes.
Got it. Okay.
With plenty of things that are definitely not going to make it to air, and that's cool. But what's fascinating about this is we were talking about like CRT and critical theory and looking at things from somebody's shoes, right? So I want you to keep in mind that in the same conversation where Martha Stewart correctly identifies herself as the world's first female billionaire,
Okay.
Oh, is she?
she was.
Oh, I thought Oprah was.
I thought it so
They gotta be
too,
close.
but
Yeah.
she evidently was the world's first
Okay.
female billionaire.
All right.
Right? And the interviewer took the time to ask her about systemic and institutional racism in prison. Now, the woman served all of 5 months.
In a federal facility that probably had a tennis court. I guarantee it.
Do you know what the name of this facility is?
I don't know.
Colloquially?
It's going to be like billionaires
Puffball
like
Resort.
Row or something like that.
It is called Camp Cupcake.
Yeah, okay. I've heard that. Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Now-
That's where they sent Donald Trump's lawyer. So,
Okay, yes. Now, I want you to understand just how much she was talking about how the justice system is broken and humiliating and wrong in the same breath that she said, well, I took ceramics classes.
in prison?
Got to sell my artwork.
You're a step ahead of me.
Oh my god!
No. Actually, I looked these up. I may buy some because these were. She took the molds in their ceramics class and made a full nativity scene in prison that she is selling on the outside. Okay, and not like just actually selling them. But what I want is like, well, I want the nativity scene that you made in prison. That is kind of funny. And when she's like, well, it's inhumane the food that they feed you. Like, yeah, you're Martha fucking Stewart.
Yeah, nothing's gonna match.
I mean, this whole time she's talking about what this place was. She didn't have a cell. She had a roommate in a dormitory.
Yeah, they're not cells.
In a dormitory. Okay. She taught an entrepreneuring class while she was incarcerated.
Gonna make a paycheck.
Well, she did make a paycheck, okay, because everybody there, you had to sign up for work.
Yeah.
You weren't assigned work, you had to sign up for work. So she did a lot of cleaning.
Right.
They had unlimited amounts of visitors.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with the place. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
oh, okay. But I mean, it's like
It's
ridiculous
just
how, like,
insane.
yeah, it's like totally
Company.
different than like any kind of thing that you would actually go through if you're actually going to prison.
right, which is why it pisses me off so much when your stupid interviewer asks her in that scenario to tell me about systemic racism.
Right, because now you're fucking qualified.
What the fuck are you going to say about that? What possible contribution could you talk about?
What was the racial breakdown in the prison?
Okay, here's something funny about this. Is at first she was like, well, I didn't notice. I mean, there were people of all different ethnicities. But what she did clarify, and this I thought was hilarious, there's no way this makes it, okay, is she said, I didn't watch television when I was there. I always had to keep busy because the people that shared the TV with me were always watching BET, and that channel is terrible.
She's not wrong.
I'm not shitting you, man. Straight up, she's like, I couldn't watch it. I couldn't. I always. She's like, I read a lot and I hung out in the library because they were always watching BET.
Yeah.
And
Oh man. Yeah.
it's like, how could you ask somebody in that case and expect them to talk out about serious social issues?
They're not expecting a serious answer.
Oh, this guy did.
Yeah.
This is the same stupid interviewer was like, let's make jokes about Trump, let's all this other stuff.
Oh.
I mean, she actually had a diplomatic answer. She was like, well, with my magazine, you have this many people on this side and this many people on this side.
Yeah, I'm not making that joke.
She's like, we work to make sure that we don't bother anybody on either side. Super mature. But
smart.
the dickhead that was doing the interviewing is just like, he's just trying to poke that. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck you.
Well, it sells, man. So I mean, especially if you consider like what audience this interview is for. So, and I don't know the answer to that.
I can't either.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, it's like if he's asking questions for like that, I have an inclination
yeah.
as to where it's going. So,
Well, what I can say is that she gave disappointing answers to those questions.
good.
Right. And I guarantee you, like, the BET part won't make it into the...
Oh Lord, no.
And
Yeah.
when she starts talking about... she did say that she had to have a friend of hers escort her from the library to her dormitory at night because... This is funny. This won't make it. Is she referred to a class of prisoners in that facility? She just kept calling them the mannish-looking women,
Oh yeah, sure.
and she said that
My name's Ron. You know.
okay.
Right.
What I'm telling you is that is not language that you use these days. But, you know, she's old school, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, and there was one of the mannish-looking women who was sort of pressing me
Yeah.
for, you know,
Money.
no.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah. I'm gonna bag me some Martha Stewart. Yeah. So.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so there's a YouTube channel that I watch. It's called Fresh Out, and it's this.
Oh, no,
guy,
that's not-
dude, it's this guy who's like as
Yeah, I
prison
think you told me about that.
to the
Yeah.
core kind of thing. And I mean, I bet you, I'd love to see a reaction video for it when that thing comes out. I mean, that guy's just like, he talks about busting cheeks all the time. It's like,
Right.
what is that? Oh, that's what that. Oh, that's what you think it is. You know? So, and it's like, all right. So there's like, you know, like that actually does happen in prisons.
Oh, yeah.
You know, kind of thing. And then you hear Martha Stewart, well, tell me about systemic racism in the U.S. justice system. It's kind of like, do I need your opinion on
Right.
that? Yeah.
Well, and she came down so hard on the justice system. Not necessarily like her real anger was at her trial.
Yeah.
Not so much the incarceration. She was like, well, after the trial, it kind of felt okay to be locked away from all this stuff for like 5 months.
Sure.
She was upset at business opportunities that she lost out on.
Yeah.
Which is weird when you say, I'm the first female billionaire. I think you're fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
But when she started busting down, when she was busting down the list of costs that were unacceptable to her. And she was saying, so I had to pay for these lawyers, and these lawyers would go to lunch in Chinatown, and I'm shit you not.
my God.
These are the things that she was complaining about, and part of this, I get her, because she was just talking about the process of how this stuff went down, right? Mm-hmm. She said, my lawyers were stupid. I called these guys. She calls them out by name. I said, what should I do? They said, okay, well, they want to ask you some questions, so go downtown and answer the questions with yes, no, or I don't remember. Mm-hmm. And so she did that, and she's like...
She didn't have a lawyer with her?
No! Oh, and so she said, in hindsight, she's like, what I found out from every other lawyer on the planet...
Got it.
So she's got a point where she's saying... Look, because ultimately she's right. They ultimately did not get her on what they accused her of.
Right.
But they got her on, well, you lied about this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the thing was, she's like, I listened to people with the advice they gave me. They said, get this guy as your attorney. And I did, and he's an idiot. And she's like, it's pretty clear that they flexed on my friends like this. Mm. This person won't talk to me anymore, right? Because her husband had done this, and he's in jail for this many years instead of the 20 years they threatened him with.
Right.
So she's like, I did what people said. I learned my lesson. So there's a part of me of like, yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
But then there's another part of you of like, you keep bitching about prison. Mm-hmm. And you're talking about how the prison system is bad because of your experience in ceramics class, but
no busting cheeks.
No busting cheeks. I'm like, and that's where I was like, this is where like the CRT component like hit me. It was like, these are the people that are speaking with expertise about how the system's busted.
Sure.
It's like, the fuck would you know about it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's why you don't see too much of that coming out of like criminology departments. So, I don't know, man. That's just, yeah. It's obviously somebody's bread is getting buttered by that. Yes,
I totally understand.
So we're gonna like air this on Lifetime or something down the road, because we know exactly our NPR listening audience will eat this up, because it's just time for Martha Stewart and her redemption, because she got screwed by the system too. And now she's going to speak out about the injustice in the system and Donald Trump. So, okay, I'm trying to sell Coke. How many commercial packages can I sign up for?
Yeah.
Did you see Alec Baldwin's interview?
That I did not even think about watching it.
Oh my god! I just saw those clips, but
yeah.
he starts breaking down and crying and all this kind of stuff, and then he says that I have no idea who would put a bullet in the gun, but I did not pull the trigger.
Yeah, obviously he did.
He says that she told him to pull back the hammer, and it just went forward.
When you pull back the hammer and just barely touch the trigger, it goes off. So
he's like, I don't know how this could have. Yeah. I don't know who would have done this, but I didn't do it.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, just be like,
be a fucking man.
Just be like, there's not supposed to be a bullet in it.
Yeah.
And you did it. Like, there's no way you're getting around this.
Yeah.
Boy, man, this seems like the right time to come out with harsh statements about those auto-firing weapons.
Well, there is all that going. on now with that school shooting and stuff too.
I don't even know about what the hell happened there.
So this 15-year-old, his parents bought him a gun for his birthday like 4 days before.
Okay.
Which you're allowed to do, right?
No, it depends on the gun.
And depends on the state, probably.
Probably the
It was
state.
a pistol.
Yeah,
Oh, it was a pistol? No
yeah,
way.
so in the I don't know about.
I don't know.
Where did it take
I
place?
think in California.
Was it
No,
Cali-
wait. Was this the Michigan one?
Oh no, it's in Michigan.
Is it
Yeah, it's in Michigan.
Okay.
Okay, Michigan could be a crack. But I don't know. If
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess California would have definitely had no.
Yeah, but here in Colorado, you can't own a pistol if you're under 21.
But you can't own a rifle.
Yeah, you
right?
can own a rifle. You can own a shotgun. You can't own an AR.
So I guess they, they bought him this gun, and then, like, he was doing an online search for ammunition. He was drawing pictures of, like, holding a gun and, like, shooting people, and, like, they got called into, the parents got called in, and they're just
So he's
like,
drawing these pictures at school, and the teacher saw them or something.
and so they got called into the office, and all this kind of stuff, and like they're like, hey, he should see counseling and stuff, and they're like, nah, he's good. And so they're just like,
Oh
He took
my
place the
God.
video
there's
games.
like, there's text messages of like, the school contacted the parents and all this kind of stuff about the ammunition thing, about the search for it, and they're just like, the mom wrote back to the son, hey, it's okay, just make sure you don't get caught next time. Like, there's
Oh no!
so like they're actually trying to get the parents like to be
They'll get charged with
accountable for all this
manslaughter.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Like they definitely culpable in some way or another.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, dude! Like, wow. So then, and now the parents are I guess they're not on the run. They said they left because they were being threatened by people in the area, and so they just left.
This
on
is
their
like that guy
own.
down in Florida who wound up dead in the swamp a couple of weeks later.
Yeah.
Oh, the YouTube guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where it's like, oh no, he's not on the run. He just went for a walk.
Right.
So, I didn't laugh about that too much, but I don't know, man.
Well, there's farce in it, so
There is a little bit of farce in it. I saw a political cartoon yesterday that was like really apropos because it had like these kids who didn't have masks on but were under their desks, and then there's this door behind them with a guy with a gun, and they're like, "Well, at least we got back to normal." So it was just like, yeah. So
see, yeah, there's definitely a piece of that needs to be mocked. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just
sure.
the parents' part that's absurd.
It's crazy.
I would never have imagined anything like that.
I don't know. I mean, we almost had a shooting at the campus down there earlier this spring, but the cops got the guy before he got there. But it was kind of the same thing. He was posting shit on social media. I mean, this guy's an adult though, and so the cops were like, yeah, let's go talk to him.
And by talk, I mean,
Yeah, exactly. It's like we're gonna have a little chit chat, and all these guns that you have under your bed, those aren't yours anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but like I did see the thing about the parents. And I don't know, like, we'll have to just wait and see what exactly pans out from the whole thing. Because, I mean, the kid looks like, I mean...
I think I saw a picture of him. Was he just kind of like a doughy, weird-looking kid?
Kind of is, man. I mean, he looks pretty harmless, but
Yeah.
apparently not. But, it's also, like, one of those things where it's just, like, the same trope keeps occurring again and again, every single year, every couple of years. It's the same troubled, white kid, who can't get a girlfriend kind of thing or whatever, but that's the fucking, that's just the trope behind it more so than anything else. But then it all belies the fact that schools nowadays are about 1,000 times safer than they were when we went to school.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
absolutely true. Yeah.
Yeah, your chances of getting hit in the head with a padlock are very low these days. I remember when that was common.
And what was the crime? Well, this guy listens to metal, and
Right,
This
this
guy
guy's
listens
punk,
to,
yeah.
and this guy listens to death metal.
Right. Oh, yeah.
We can't-
Yeah.
We can't come to an
Can't do
agreement.
this, yeah.
No, actually, we're both looking to fight.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, and eventually you get a couple of guys that are like, "Say fucking Billy Joel's not the best songwriter again, and I'll fucking kill you."
I'll kill
right?
you. Yeah, I'll stab you. So
Oh, there were shit. When we were going to high school, there were still
stabbings.
rumbles out back behind the school.
In the parking lot, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about
actually
the field.
back by the. I
Where you get over
remember them back
next to
there by the
Carver,
auto.
or by the ditch.
Yeah, I remember the ditch, but I remember them happening behind the auto shop too. It was,
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was before the school even had fucking cameras in it. So
Yes, not so ashtrays were out, but cameras weren't in.
ashtrays were out, but cameras were not a thing yet. Let alone metal
What a
detectors.
glorious period.
Yeah. Yeah. So he could still like vaguely smell pipe smoke near the teacher lounge.
Well, do remember that, yes, you could still smoke, but you had to go down to the box.
You had to go down the box.
You had to go down to the box.
Yeah.
Whereas that's such an inconvenience because they took the ashtrays out from the school.
Right.
This is absurd. This
Yeah.
is the fact that this was a thing.
Oh, it was a thing.
It's bizarre, but yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that story. That's crazy.
And
That
I'm
is
sure there's
crazy.
more details.
yeah,
coming out.
sure.
Like they're even saying that during the meeting that the school was having with the parents, he had the gun in his backpack, and they didn't even just like,
They didn't tell the
oh,
principal or
they didn't
anything?
open
Yeah.
the backpack. Like they're just like,
Yeah. I don't
know if you can. Or
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I am absolutely certain you can. I'm absolutely certain if there's
when you're
any
reporting
suspicion.
about or you're getting reported about these kind of drawings and stuff.
Absolutely. You know what? I back when I was in school, yes, they rung up a kid not because of a gun, but because he had a knife in his car.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I'm going to tell you this because I knew the guy. He's like, the knife was right next to the tackle box and a fishing pole.
Yeah, okay.
But it was just that simple. It's like,
Well,
that's a
everybody
weapon
freaked
on-
out about that stuff after Columbine, of course. So, you know, but like, I don't know. I mean, in a situation like that, I mean, like, think about it. Just if you're a school counselor and you're in, you know, a situation these days where half your kids come from broken families, and some of those kids. Well, I don't know about that neighborhood. I mean, what kind of school was it?
I
Do you
have
know?
no idea.
Yeah, me neither. So, I guess when I heard Michigan, I assumed it was one of the shitty parts of Michigan.
There are some gorgeous parts of Michigan. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
there's
mean,
some very
just-
nice parts. So they're full of militia members. Nice parts of Michigan. So, but, you know, just being a principal, it's like, okay, well, this kid, he's got problems and stuff like that, blah, blah. And then you try and do right, bring him in, things like that, talk to the parents. Parents, oh, no, it's cool, don't worry about it. Okay, fine. You know, and then he comes in and blasts 5 students the next day. It was like, what the fuck was I supposed to do about that?
You know what? That's a good point, especially since, in hindsight, in the history of all history, that hasn't happened. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's a sample size of 1 now.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, man. That's
Because-
why I never want to do administration ever.
Yeah.
No, F that. No. F that, man.
But yeah, I mean, if of all the times and all the time, I guarantee you we would have heard about it if it was, well, guy said he was threatening these people. We said, this is a problem. They said, no, it isn't. And then it came back the next day and leveled a bunch of people. We'd know about that. We'd have heard that story.
Yeah.
We'd have...
There, I guarantee you there'd be an end service on it. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I'm just, I can go through the things that I had to report that were, like, I could tell they were completely innocent at the time,
Yeah.
right? I had a person over there that I had to report her because she was giving herself fake black eyes with with makeup.
Yeah, sure.
Gotcha.
And she wasn't a bad kid, but she was just, like, weird.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but I had to go report the weirdness, and they just, I asked what happened, and what they did was they just called her in, they said, everything okay? It's like, is it, so your eye? It's like, no, that's makeup. It's like, and you're doing that because, and she had some reason, it had to do with, I don't know, she made up some dumb story about,
Being in an acting class.
no, it wasn't even that, she didn't even try to justify it, it was just kind of like,
It's a Tuesday.
it's something that this character on this show would have done or something like that.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that was the end of that story.
Yeah.
I never had, well, dude is drawing pictures.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So it'll come out in the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Yeah. Speaking of coming out. Yeah.
Well, my
What do you
picks are
got, man?
terrible. So They got a Broncos a win, I guess. So,
Oh!
so
So the Broncos, eh?
they're playing at Kansas City.
They're playing at Kansas City.
Yeah,
So they're going to lose, is what you're saying.
it's gotta be, but they're 9.5-point underdogs.
So they're your lock.
That seems like your moonshot.
Yeah.
Well, no, that means I take the Chiefs minus 9.5.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Although every favorite looks good. So I guess I'll take my underdog will be Washington against the Raiders +1.
Washington +1. Okay.
Since that's the closest thing to a pick'em on the entire board. Most of
Yeah.
them are like
They're like
10-point
no-brainers. Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah.
so.
So Washington over the Raiders.
Yeah, I guess so.
Got it. Okay. You just don't sound very confident at
Oh,
all. man.
my picks have been so bad.
You're rattled.
Oh, in the pick'em tournament thing that we're doing with your brother, I got 5 right last week.
Oh.
And somehow I only moved like 2 spots down.
Because
No,
everybody sucks.
it's so bad.
Wait,
Yeah.
I seem to recall
You're
that
catching up.
Are you even playing?
No.
Oh.
I didn't until last week. I didn't know I was in it.
Oh. I guess I didn't know that either.
Ah.
So.
But
Well, I guess, okay, so it does renew every year.
Yeah.
So that's right.
No, I seem to recall that we spoke in detail about the NFL. I think we said. I think we have an episode specifically.
Yeah, the NFL's broken. Your coach
Yes.
is fat. So, your coach is still fat.
I'm actually surprised. You broke with your tradition of picking whoever is playing against the Patriots.
They're favored.
They're way favored.
They're not way favored.
Oh.
It's only 2.5.
Oh, okay. I thought it was further.
I would pick them if they were an underdog. But they're not going to give the Patriots to be the favorite on the road at the Bills.
Oh, that's true. It's supposed to snow like a mofo that night, too.
Is it?
I did see that. Yeah.
Ooh, well then I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
I don't know. So. But it's Buffalo. So.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell Buffalo does. The only thing I know is the Patriots keep winning, and I've picked them to lose 6 weeks in a row. Actually, it's probably closer to like 8. So I think I got
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah, I think you picked every single win of theirs incorrectly,
Yeah.
based off the first part of the
Yes.
season, before they realized that Mac Jones is the most competent rookie quarterback. And I say competent. He's not flashy.
They'll figure them out.
No, he is just straight up competent. He doesn't have a gimmick. He is just 100% competent.
They'll figure them out. He'll have a 4 interception day coming up.
Versus who?
I don't know, somebody. It's coming.
All right, cool. All right,
Cool.
our football expert has weighed in.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been wrong about everything else, so yeah, he's probably going to throw 4 touchdowns on Monday night.
Well,
There you
guess we'll
go.
see.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
there you
All
go.
right, fantastic. Well, who are you?
I'm Will.
I'm
Who are
Pat.
you? I'm Jeffrey. And this has been.
Coffee before bed.
Will somebody give the order?
What's the order?
Hit the button.
Hit the button.
Hit the button.
There you go.
Button being hit. Oh, if your mouse decides
Oh, you
to
have to
work.
click something.
Oh, there's my cursor.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
got